Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 28th. This week, we are just going to move this out of the way, and we're just going to get started. You have this Alchemist card and this Pursuit card kicking it off. So I feel like you are in pursuit, definitely. You have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands, something I think people don't know about or pay attention to with the Eight of Wands is that it is a card of having a direction. It is like it was traditionally your arrows of love in the tarot, meaning like you tell the universe what you want and the universe responds with love. But it could be your arrows of anything. It could be you aiming, in a direction in your life, desiring to create something or have something. And the Eight of Wands is kind of like telling the universe you want something, whatever it is, money, business, love, doesn't matter. And, kind of moving in that direction. You have the Nine of Cups as well, which is also about bathing in the energy of what you want. So I feel if you're trying to turn your situation around here, in whatever area of your life that you're trying to create the turnaround, doesn't matter. I feel like kind of, this reading is saying that it would be really good for you not only to like ask the universe, but I think it would be a really good idea for you to, kind of have a direction or start moving in a direction. I also feel clearly right here, you need to believe in yourself more with that energy. Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. The Five of Swords can represent conflict. And look at 555 right here. So 555 is the change number. And so there could be a big change coming in for you after like a period of struggling. This would definitely be like struggle, something like that. And, I feel for a lot of you, there could be kind of like a blessing or something good coming in after a period of struggle. But I also feel, with this right here, that you have to, I feel like you have to pursue change, The Alchemy card is about, turning one thing into another. The Pursuit card is about pursuing something, going towards something in your life. And then you have the Eight of Wands. So, everything in this reading is saying, you need to move in the direction of success, or you need to kind of hold your vision on the thing that you really want and desire in your life. I also feel like you have to ask for it as well with the Eight of Wands. On top of that, again, I do feel like you're hoping for a turnaround from this situation right here, whatever is going on with these three cards. Again, we're going to clarify. We'll see what comes up, but something to think about. You have the Nine of Cups. It's almost like you have a choice. It's like you could live here or you could live here, I think this is a much better option, of course. And the Nine of Cups is about making a wish and wishing for exactly what you want, And so I feel like you need to be very clear on what you're wishing for. I also feel going this way, you need to be not afraid to put in the work. The Knight of Pentacles, he is hesitating. He's being too cautious. He isn't taking big enough risks. And Five of Swords is the card of taking a risk. So, again, if you're building something, if you're working on something new in your life or creating something, I kind of feel this is saying it's time to take a risk, or it's time to, start planting those seeds, right? You have the Four of Swords here. Four of Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. So I feel that anything, of course, we have the retrogrades going on, all the retrogrades. So, I would make sure to take extra time to rest, relax, recover, heal. If you need sleep, sleep. If you need more rest, rest, all that other good stuff. But let's see. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Death card. There's definitely some sort of death or transformation going on here. We see that you end with the Ten of Swords. A lot of people read the Ten of Swords as being very negative, but really he is dead. So, it doesn't get much worse than this. And he's making a symbol right here with his hands that represents a blessing. So, again, I feel like a transformation is actually going to be a blessing for you. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Knight of Swords. See, I think you just need to get started here. You need to strap a rocket to your butt and get moving towards all this right here, which is the good stuff. And you need to get out of this energy, which is too much stinking thinking, right? So, I feel if you're thinking that things are not going to go according to plan, then they're not. If you think that things are going to go according to plan, then they will. And, I really feel this is kind of like a mindset choice. Even the Four Wands, could be marriage, but really it's a card of freedom and setting yourself free, which all this energy in Taurus is asking everyone to set themselves free, and whatever that means for you. With the Four of Swords, you have the Three of Swords. Some of you definitely could be thinking about a separation or a breakup here. That could be the thing that's consuming you. Definitely if you thought you were going to marry a person, or, if someone blindsided you here, Sagittarius, obviously that can make it very hard to, that can be something that consumes your mind. That can be something that puts you in this energy right here. So I really feel this reading is talking about kind of breaking free from that energy. You have this card that says, find a little divinity in yourself. You have this card that says, music has what you need. So I feel for a lot of you, maybe you need to enjoy yourselves more. Maybe you need to celebrate yourself some more. Even the Five of Pentacles, your very first card says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. You have the Four of Wands. Oh, you have all five. You have all four fives is what I meant to say. But Five of Pentacles, this guy right here, he has this bell around his neck, and it represents him being a leper. And back in the day, lepers had to wear bells around their neck so people would know when they were coming down the street. But the whole point is that you should not call attention to your weaknesses. So, I really feel it's time, or that you need to focus on your strengths at this time. And I feel like you need to make sure that you are focusing on your strengths with this, especially with this Five of Pentacles energy here. Again, it's kind of like a card of a choice, because they are left out in the cold here. But there's this right here is a church behind them, and it represents a place of sanctuary. So there could be, a place, in your life. It doesn't literally have to be a place. It could be your mind. It could be anything where that could pull you out of this type of feeling here. You also have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a card of freedom. I do feel like some of you maybe need to set yourself free from the stinking thinking, right? And also, I think this is about committing to something here, especially in work or business. You have the Ten of Pentacles right next to it. This could be marriage. So again, if you do want love, this right here would definitely be really good for love and a new connection. But I'm not so sure about going to the Ten of Swords. We're going to have to see here in just a minute what comes up. But, some of you could be thinking about like wanting to get married, but it looks to me like some of you thought you were going to marry a person and it just didn't work out, is really what this is saying. And I also feel like this is saying like, okay, it didn't work out. So that it's probably not the right person. I feel like the Seven of Wands is saying like, don't settle for something that is like less than you desire, right? You have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict and competition. I feel like you could be experiencing conflict and competition, specifically in work or business. We even see it like going up through the Ten of Pentacles to the Five of Cups. And so I feel for a lot of you, it's like if you're trying to grow a business, or trying to grow in your career, or trying to grow a YouTube channel or something like that, you could be noticing the competition. But again, I feel like this card is saying, there are things that, I know it's cliche, but there are things that make you special, right? There are things that only you have. And I feel that the Five of Pentacles is saying like, you need to highlight the things that are special about you, right? And not worry about competition, things like that. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Two of Swords. I feel like there's a solution coming in for you. She normally has an island behind her on the Two of Swords, the lady on this card, and, kind of represents a third place solution. So I feel like there could be like some sort of solution coming in for you. And, it could be a solution that you're not seeing yet, but it already exists. So, I whenever I get a message like this, I always tell people to like do their research, for example, or if you're like trying to grow your business or your YouTube channel, or if you're trying to grow in your relationship or your health, go look for answers. You'll probably find them faster. With the Four of Wands, you have the Five of Cups. Damn. It's like someone has regrets here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't see this energy as being awful, but I do, to me it is definitely challenging, right? So I feel that some of you, it's like a past person could have regrets, but I would also be careful if you have a past person who's like coming back into your life. All these fives could also be about gratitude and needing to be grateful for what you have. And with the Five of Wands, you have the Page of Wands here. Five of Wands is a card I call Indiana Jones. To me, Five of Wands is a card that says you kind of need to take a risk, kind of like with the Five of Swords. To me, every single card has a solution. And it's not just like, oh, there's conflict and competition, you're screwed, right? That's not how tarot works. I think that there's probably a solution to whatever you're dealing with here, and it's to go on an adventure. The Five of Wands, to me, is a card of going on some sort of crazy adventure of learning, educating yourself. And, again, that's how you find your treasure, which is right here, the Ten of Pentacles. So there you go. Next, you have this summertime card. It says positive changes are coming. Do what makes you happy. There you go. You have this card that says April. It says a boost in sex life. What you work on now will be fruitful. So definitely a time of creation. And I also feel that it's important that you get out of this 5 energy for whatever reason. That's kind of what this reading is saying. And I feel like you need to take some bigger risks. Again, maybe you've recently just had things that didn't work out how you wanted them to, especially in work or business. And I feel like this is saying you need to get started on something new that is going to work out really well. You have the 10 of Pentacles, right? It doesn't even have to be new. Like, if you have a business or a side hustle or something, which you're Sagittarius, you probably got something going on, right? I would say that it's not even like you have to change it. I think you just have to try new things inside of it, whatever it is, Same thing in your love life as well. If you want love and you've been having a hard time finding the right person, I simply think this is saying like, hey, there's just like other ways, or there are different ways that you could find a person, and you're gonna have to. This is gonna sound stupid, but you have to go like try different things, right? Try new ways, and it's like that he knows that he has to do something different, but he's just not doing it. You have the 10 of Pentacles here. 10 of Pentacles, building and leaving a legacy. Again, every single person, it's impossible not to focus on this right now. All the energy in Taurus is really trying, I believe it's really getting people to focus on, building things that are long-term, building things that can last forever, but you have to like put in the work and you have to make it happen. It's kind of like we have a choice between 2 worlds, our old life and a new life, and you have to make that choice. I can't tell you what to do, right? So I would pick freedom. I would pick abundance, the path that you think is going to lead to the most abundance and success. This is also a card of hidden and secret information. So, there could be, again, I got that feeling on the 5 of Pentacles or the 5 of Wands or whatever, that really all the 5s, I think that there could be information that exists. Oh, the 2 of Swords, right? It's almost like there's a breakthrough coming in for you, but I also feel like you have to look for it as well. It's like if you do nothing is going to happen. It's like, I'm a big fan of training your reticular activating system. Again, if you buy a car, for example, then you see that car all over the place, that's like the rule. And it's because your brain is starting to pay attention to it. So I always tell people, like, if you want to improve your business, for example, it's like, just go watch a video about improving your business. Then all of a sudden, you're going to start seeing advice all over the place, right? Because you're like activating it in your brain. And I feel like that's what this reading is saying. It's like saying like, hey, you have, like, if you take the action to go look for answers, you will find them. But if you don't, then nothing is going to happen. So, I think you have to go look. And you could find gold with the 10 of Pentacles. You could find something really successful. You have the 5 of Swords. I'm hearing that you're like relationshiped out for some of you. So some of you, maybe you're ready to like give up and just focus on yourself. I, of course, wouldn't give up. I think, people always leave me comments about how they're giving up on love. I'm like, great. Well, now your past people are controlling your life for you. So that sounds great. Good job. Is that really what you want? Probably not. So I think you just have to get out there and learn how to pick better people, or learn what you missed in the people that you have picked so far, and, just try to find something different. And different exists. There are definitely, people love to tell me like, oh, everybody only cheats and all this other stuff. I'm like, no. I'm being, this is Steve talking, right? My alter ego. This is not Chris talking. Tough love with Steve, right? It's like, no, just the people you've picked are like that. There are plenty of good people, plenty of people who don't cheat. I've seen it every single day of my life. So, it exists. There are good people out there. You just have to figure out where to look, right? The club is probably a bad place to look. Tinder, Hinge, adult friend finder, probably all of those terrible places to look, right? For people, because that's where, all the hookup people are. So unless that's what you want, then go for it, right? But if you want something serious, then, maybe it needs to be something different. So let's see. With the 5 of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, card of stability. Again, a little bit boring. Again, you're not going to find this guy, on like, Hinge or whatever. So, if you want love, this could be stability. The King of Pentacles is also really good for money. And I really do feel this reading, for the most part, is really talking about you kind of like either improving your finances or even if you're retired, or your business or your career, whichever you have, doesn't matter. And, the King of Pentacles is a card of convention. So he, again, says you have to do things in a new way, which is exactly what I was saying like 2 seconds ago. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Yes. See, you can have it all is what the Ten of Pentacles says. Ten of Pentacles, like you can have everything you want. Ten of Pentacles is the tree of life, right? But we don't just get the Ten of Pentacles. We have to, put the work in. We have to do things differently. We have to try new ways of living. We have to, experiment and explore. And, the Ten of Pentacles is also something that you work on for life. But, I call the Ten of Pentacles like a worthy ideal. It's, to me, life is, will always be full of problems, right? There will always be tons of challenges, but, I believe that you can choose what your life looks like. It can look like a bunch of fives, a bunch of issues, or it can look like the Ten of Pentacles where you're trying to, where you're actively doing things to make yourself more happy, to enjoy life, to have better things in life. It's like you can choose that, but it does require work. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have to make the move. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Devil. Again, I would be careful of a past person here. It definitely shows up with the fives showing up, and the Devil here, the Ten of Swords. I feel like if this is love, you see this person, you see it as dead, done, over with. I feel like there is no changing it. So I kind of feel like you're moving on anyway. But again, that's not going to stop someone trying to mess up your day, right? You have this Anchor card. It says, have faith, choose optimism. Like, are you kidding? Literally, that's what I said about those fives. You have this Life Buoy. It says, don't give up. Help is on the way. Yes, this is like the entire reading right here. So this last row, I forgot to say, it represents messages from your future self. So I feel like your future self is saying, don't give up. I kept getting this word at the beginning of the reading. It was like breakthrough or something like that, with that Two of Swords, or kind of the beginning of the reading there. And so there's something with that Two of Swords, like, again, she has that island behind her, but she has a blindfold on. And so that island behind her represents like a third place solution, a better solution maybe to what, she's thinking this or that. She normally has those swords crossed over her chest, but there might be a better way to do things. And again, I feel like your future self is saying like, hey, there's better things. We also have the Five of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Ten of Swords here. And guess what? When he turns around, he sees this bridge and this castle. So, that represents safety, security, comfort, protection. I feel like with some, I would like explore new ideas, like I said, or different ways of doing things, like whatever you're doing right now. Because you never know what could happen. It's like, just look at my channel. I try like so many crazy ideas that, it's not even funny. It's like 90% of them are garbage, but it's like, I would say 99% of them are garbage, but like that 1% has exploded my channel to almost 800,000 subscribers. So not saying this to brag. Again, I always tell people, like, I'm not bragging. I fell on my head when I was 10 years old. After that, I never passed a class, basically. In school, I was like a solid D student from there on out. Couldn't pay attention, can't learn. I have to read things like 30 times to get it to sink into my fat freaking skull, right? So, I always tell people, it's like, if I can do it, you definitely can do it. So, it's definitely time to start thinking more positively, but also, again, like I said, just experiment, even if you're wrong. Like, like I said, I'm not even kidding when I say, like, I'm wrong more than most people. So it's like, I make so many mistakes when I do stuff, it's not even funny. So again, try, experiment, you will be amazed by the results, I promise. You have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, card of conviction. It's a card of knowing that that something is going to be successful. So I feel you really have to believe that you can be successful. You have the Ten of Swords here. Again, there could be like a blessing in disguise coming in for you. If I'm being honest, I am not sure how I feel about this Ten of Swords just yet. Again, I kind of do feel there could be a blessing. Something has clearly left your life, which we already kind of knew about, but let's see. And what comes up here with the Five of Cups, you have the Empress, all about believing in yourself. Like, she really values herself. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. She takes care of herself. She nurtures herself. And so I feel you need to do that. But definitely abundance. With the Seven of Wands, new love. I see, like I said, I feel like you are, if this is a love reading for you, I feel you have made up your mind that it's new love. I feel like there is no going back to the past here. There is no, BS of, an old person or anything like that. I feel like you are completely moving on with this and you're focusing on something new. I also feel for all of you in all areas of your life, Two of Cups to me is like a clue card, and it's a clue of like needing to communicate with your higher self. It's you and your higher self on this card, kind of, and so it can represent communicating, with the other side, basically. It could be in your dreams, your daydreams, repeating numbers, 5555 here, all that other stuff. With the Ten of Swords, the Moon, see, this is a fear. It's like the fear of things never getting better. The fear that if you go forward on this new path with the Knight of Pentacles, that you're never going to find success, or that it's not going to work out, like whatever it is that you're thinking of doing. So, I feel like you have to it's like time to take a risk here. And go down the path, the road less traveled, right, is really what this is saying. We're going to pull 5 themes now. You have this beloved card. It says radical acceptance. I said something weird like that in this reading, I swear. What did I say? I said something, I don't remember what I said, but I said something about like needing to believe or something. I don't know. I'm going to this is going to drive me crazy. I'm going to go back and have to listen to what I said again, but I didn't say radical acceptance, but I said something similar to that. So I don't know. I feel a lot of you, I think that the more you believe that something's going to work, the better. You have this gathering around card. It says the power of community. Yes, teamwork makes a dream work. We're in a time where we have to work together with other people. And again, I always like to remind people, it's like you don't really have to like work together with other people. You could just have people in your life that you bounce ideas off of. You could join, some sort of community on like Facebook or something where you bounce ideas off of people. You could find a friend who you bounce ideas off of. Could be business, work, whatever, life ideas. I would do it. You have the 6 of Swords. Definitely a breakthrough or some sort of improvement. 6 of Swords is moving on to calmer shores. You have this magic card. We are in a time where I think we have to believe a little bit in magic. I think we have to believe that we can, but it's more like I think we have to believe that we get lucky. There have been a million studies on luck, and they have, every single one has basically said lucky people just believe they're lucky. That's why they get lucky. It's just that simple, right? So it's like, whether luck is real or not doesn't matter. It's like if you believe that you're lucky, then you are lucky. So I kind of get that energy here on this card that I feel you just need to believe. And that's all it's going to take. You have the Hierophant. I'm not surprised to see the Hierophant. Number one, I think that a little bit of outside-the-box thinking would be very beneficial for you. Everything here is about being stuck in convention. The 5s with that King of Pentacles. There's nothing wrong with doing what works, right? Of course, like if something works, keep doing it. But, also, I would say, a certain percentage of the time, try something new. Since Saturn went into Capricorn, since 2016, I literally, if you've been watching me that long, you know that I say all the time since then that we should be following the 80-20 rule, but a different 80-20 rule. It's like 80% of the time, do what works in love and business and money, everything, right? 20% of the time, try new things. And again, it's worked wonders for me. And it's free. It doesn't cost any money to come up with like new ideas. So I would just try it and whatever you're trying to improve, but looks really good. So I feel like you're breaking out of this 5 energy. But I would also, again, don't allow someone to come back into your life and bring you into this 5 energy that's going on here. I would focus on yourself, your value, all that other stuff, but looks pretty good. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.